for my voice, but I have never seen anything like it.
You believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
Welcome to the podcast. This is a fun one for me. Get to talk about a little TV. We've been skimping on the TV reviews recently, so I'm bringing you 3 today. So there's this one, there's Dave, and there is 11/23/63, which is one of my mom's favorite books, and it turned out to be one of my favorite TV shows of this like quarantine cycle. So let's talk about this TV show, who has a bunch of just really weird twists and turns, and I am very much invested. But first, I need to tell you a little bit more about what we're doing the rest of the week. We have Alexander Haynes coming on later this week. We have the NL preview coming out, and then, of course, a little bit of sports for you, too, on the page. Go check all those out. They're worth it. So, let's talk about DEVS. DEVS is a spin on the Silicon Valley that I have yet to see. So, to set the scene, this TV show, I should say, has an interesting start, because it has Nick Offerman, who you might remember from Parks and Rec, who plays the guy who's very libertarian, plays a very stoic guy. So when I turned this show on, not expecting what I got out of it, because Nick Offerman plays this guy who is the Mark Zuckerberg / Jeff Bezos / Jack Dorsey type of guy. He's a dude that is running this developmental agency, I should say, that is trying to create an algorithm that can predict time and space, for the lack of a better word. So, the way this show starts is you're focusing on this couple who, one guy, Russian national, comes over here working in tech, makes a lot of sense. His girlfriend, played by, I want to say her name, Sonia Mizone. Yeah, they both work as tech researchers in this group, right? So they're trying to figure out a way to predict the future. So where does this already kind of set us off? First off, this is exactly the type of stuff that's happening in current day, in real life. There's algorithms, there's people in Silicon Valley right now who are trying to predict what happens based on the things that you buy, the TV shows that you watch, the way that you consume your news. Facebook, Twitter, everybody's trying to figure out the next way to do it. Only what they're doing is they're trying to sell it to advertisers. What Nick Offerman's character is doing in the show, known as Flores, I want to say, he's the CEO. What he's trying to do is he's trying to, and as we go along, you piece together that he's trying to recreate or bring back or relive the memories of his daughter that he lost. Okay? Now, I'm 4 episodes into this show. The show is going to continue to go on. It's on FXX. It is straight to Hulu as well. So the next day, I think it's like Thursdays, are the big day that you can go find the shows on Hulu. I strongly suggest it. I continue to say Hulu, Hulu, Hulu. I continue to push it. I'm not sponsored. I'm just giving them free advertising at this point, it feels like. But I'm telling you that this is one of the best decisions I made, was packaging Disney+, ESPN+, and Hulu. Because when we went into quarantine, there was no way that I knew that I was going to be watching this much TV. There's no way that I knew that I was going to find shows like this to watch. And I have been very, very, very invested. So, let's go back to the plot of the show. So, what happens is Lily, again, played by Sonia Mizone, Lily's boyfriend, sniffing around a little bit too much. He gets inducted, bring into the super secret part of DEVS, the part where they're really trying to figure out how to make that leap into predictions, into what people are going to be thinking, what people are going to be buying, all that type of stuff. A lot of ethical questions to go along with it. Well, he starts sniffing a little bit too close, and it turns out that he is working for an outside agency to expose and figure out what DEVS is doing. Well, of course, that leads to his untimely demise. I don't want to spoil anything, but this is how this show starts. I'm pretty much giving away the plot of episode 1. So episode 1 gets done. You got now this murder mystery. This is why it's entertaining. This is what makes it different. I have yet to see a show really capitalize, really show how the world that we are going to potentially be living in. Once we get out of quarantine, which we're going to at some point, once we get out of quarantine, what the world outside is really going to be like. And with these tech companies that continue to figure out ways to advertise to build advertisements, to build algorithms, to figure out where you're going to be, what you're going to be doing, this feels like the ultimate next step. I love this TV show because of that, because I feel like there's a real world grounding to it. But here's the other reason. This is one of and we talked about like the rewatchableness in the movies that I watch, talking about the apexes of these actors. The thing that I really like about this show is how good it looks. That this is the closest show, and I've talked about it before, this is the closest show to HBO content that we have on cable. And I honestly mean that. When you talk about shows like Breaking Bad, shows like Mad Men, they were great for AMC because of the storytelling. It's an incredible story. Incredible storytelling. And that's what brought us to the TV every Sunday night. Game of Thrones, kind of same way. Good source material. Good source material. The dragons, of course, adds a lot of it. The fantasy element adds a lot of it. It got us to our seats on Sunday nights. This show's different because it's coming out on a streaming platform, so you really can watch it whenever you want. You can binge it up to a point. You can wait to get 2 in a row. So if hey, this weekend I'm busy, I got a wife, I got a girlfriend, I got a birthday party I got to go to. Well, probably not anymore, but I got stuff to do. I'm going to wait on this for a week, and I'm going to binge all of it 2 episodes in a row because I know next week I'm going to be free. But you can do that too. So it doesn't have that pull, doesn't have that draw that some of those other shows might have. But I think it works in DEVS' favor in this way, that because it only comes out once a week, the same way that The Mandalorian on Disney Plus only came out once a week. You get 1 episode, you wait all week for it, you get it. You can watch it whenever, but you're going to get it this one day. I think that works in its favor, and I think that that's the model going forward for shows like this. And we're going to talk about it when we talk about Lil Dicky's new show, Dave. But DEVS, special show, I tried to get this is a little bit of a sidebar. I tried to get this Verge writer, his name's Joshua Rivera. I tried to bring him on the show to talk about the Oscars, when the Oscars occurred. And I just never could get him involved. But he wrote a really good review of it on The Verge that you guys should go check out. I'm going to try to remember to link that review for you guys when I put the podcast out so you guys can read it and check it out. But I tried to bring him on the show. Just lack of communication. I don't know what happened, but we couldn't get him on. But he wrote a really good review on it, and I think that would really benefit you guys. So this is one of the shows that you can't binge all at once, but while you're stuck in quarantine, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. So that's going to do it for this one. We got 2 more TV podcasts that are out right now as well. This is a little bite-sized one for you, really to get you hooked on it and hopefully get you guys to watch it. Tune in tomorrow when we talk about the NL West preview, doing a little bit of baseball, and I talk to you about all the news and notes and everything that's happening in this quarantined world. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.